What's up, Mimir as well, family? How's everybody doing? Welcome in, Dula. Happy full moon to you as well. Hope you're doing well. I thought the full moon was tomorrow, actually, on the 5th, which, well, today's the 4th for me, but I just want to put this out there that this is not going to be like a reoccurring thing. Like I mentioned in my last thing, I am pretty much done with live streams on this channel for anything other than music, but today I felt like due to the lunar cycles and stuff, and me being asked by a few people to go live, figured I would, and just kind of say hi, tell everybody basically I'm still alive, and I also announce that all of the Mimir Well songs are officially now on Spotify. So you will be able to find them there. There is still some that I'm still working on putting there that isn't fully up there yet due to the length. I am being limited as far as the length of the Memer's Well songs. So any of them that are super long, I haven't been able to get approval to put them into stores because they're classified as quote unquote mega mixes, right? So I'm not able to fully upload every song that I've made 100% yet, but we are about 80 to 90% uploaded with every aspect, every song that I've ever made. So if you haven't checked it out, I would advise you to do so. Um, there is some rarities that are gonna be out there on Spotify that you will not find on YouTube, such as a track of mine called "The Blue Avians." It was kicked off of YouTube every time I put it out there for some weird reason. Probably because it had to do with extraterrestrials, but it's on Spotify. Well, it's being uploaded to Spotify as we speak. So, uh, welcome in. Never was yours. Nice to see you on YouTube because typically you're in my Twitch chat. And Florabella, welcome in. So yeah, so that's some of the announcements I have for that. As basically everything is going to be on on Spotify soon. So I have no idea why this is upside down. I guess I'll have to flip this around. Give me 1 minute and I'll adjust the camera because I did not realize that it switched on me here. There we go. This app is a little weird, but it is what it is. All right, so we'll chit chat, I guess, and I'll pull some cards for the full moon vibes, right? It would only be fitting. Let's make sure that these reads are gonna be good. So I'm gonna use the Celtic spirits to confirm that this is fixing to be some good readings. So let's be patient with me here. Change gateway, new beginnings. All right. Divination. So guides, Ogum, tree spirits. So I feel like it's really interesting is anytime I know that there's going to be a good readings, I always kind of get these same cards. It's usually this one. So this is telling me that, you know, our guides are going to be present during this readings and that they're going to also be sharing some information about new beginnings and maybe some changes that are upcoming in our lives. So it's going to be important for us to listen for these reads. So in case you didn't see it, it's that. And then that one. I hope everybody's doing good today. Enjoying your weekend or whatever day of the week it is wherever you are. We're going to bust out the Moonology. It's only fitting for full moon reads, right? Well, it never was yours. Actually, it's kind of funny because if you remember one of those readings I did for you, I think I channeled a past loved one of yours, and they told you to go outside, you know. So that kind of is cool to hear. Yesterday, I could not stay awake to save my life. Uh, once I got off work, I crashed so hard. Let me do this. I'm gonna balance this out over here. No, straight. I have to be careful. This table I have is well, this thing I have that I do my readings on is a little bit wobbly at times, so bear with me. Yeah, I remember bits. I remember that there was a full moon. I just couldn't remember what day until do a little lion lane. let me know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Terribly sorry. Mentioned it. So, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, tomorrow. Hopefully that means I'm gonna get a Sleep Token song tomorrow, because I'm extremely disappointed in that band right now. They're one of my favorite bands, and they haven't. They were supposed to release some new music like they have been doing, and they haven't done it yet. Okay. They were releasing like 2 songs a week, or every other week, or something like that, and then they just kind of quit doing it for some reason. So I was a little disappointed, but it is what it is. Alright. I think those are shuffled enough, yeah? What do y'all think? So we're going to get a collective vibe for the full moon. Alrighty. It's really interesting how I started doing more of these for my YouTube people. I don't know why, but I never intended to start doing card reads. It just kind of happened. Alright. You are very close to achieving your goal, which is cool because that talked the um, reading preview cards, right? Mentioned changes and new beginnings, so maybe this is what this is talking about. Ah, we have Capricorn energy in reverse. New morning, Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Kind of funny. We're seeing a story here. We're seeing a story here. Full moon in Pisces. Balance spirituality and practicality. And a new start is coming, which is exactly what the portals card said. And it's exactly what I predicted for this. Alright, so basically the overall message that I'm getting here in this first initial reading is that whoever you are, because this is a collective reading, you have been fighting really hard to achieve a certain goal, right? And I mean, this is pretty much straightforward. Like, you're very close to achieving that goal because of all the hard work that you're putting into it. Now, now is a time for you to balance your spirituality and practicality, because you can't throw all your eggs in one basket, right? You got to split them out and kind of, I don't know, juggle them around a bit and kind of balance it out. Um, so I would recommend that you don't don't rely too heavily on strictly spiritual things, but also don't rely 100% on your logic either. It's a good way to keep it 50-50, because I've seen people like, for an example, I want to be healed of a sickness, right? And then they sit there and lay in bed waiting every day for, just to get up like the grandfather from Willy Wonka and just like be completely healed and running around and everything. But that's not really how that works. Like, you got to kind of do your part and then let whatever source, God, whatever you call it, meet you halfway and assist you with the rest, right? So it's always good to balance, logic and spirituality. But this new start coming, it's just like a confirmation telling you that because of all this hard work and all this dedication that you're putting in to all of these things, it's gonna pay off for you, right? Like, there's good things ahead. You've done your due diligence. You're doing the right things. The universe hears you. The world's hearing you. And it's just gonna prove to be beneficial for you. Let's pull some other cards, kind of see if we can get a confirmation on this. Bring love into a situation. That's really interesting here. Hold on, let's see what else we get. Step outside of your comfort zone. Let's pull one more. It's time to give rather than to take. So I think that maybe this is a sign right here. It's like maybe now that things are fixing to be going better for you, it's time for you to see maybe like potentially like how you could help other people, right? Like who around you do you see that's in need of your help? Who around you do you see that you could help, right? Like I think that's where that spirituality, practicality thing also kind of ties in as well. Like, you know, it's like trying to tell someone I'm going to lend you $20 knowing damn well I've only got 10, right? Um, stay within your realm and your ability to help in certain aspects. If that makes sense. I hope this makes sense. Um, hmm. Oh, we got two cards with this one. Yeah, I got a feeling like nothing is gonna come of this situation. Yeah, I feel like if you put too much on one or the other, uh, things are not gonna balance out the way that they should. But you need to take time to breathe out right now, relax, knowing that the things that you have done are gonna pay off really big. Make sure that you're there to be. Make sure you're there for people. But don't put your not to your detriment. I guess is the best way to word that. Warriors within. What's up? How's it going? Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for Michelle's Mystic World for the subscribing. I definitely appreciate it. As a lot of you may not know, a lot of the revenue that comes from this channel, from ads, memberships, subscriptions, and as well as Spotify, that all funds my ability to continue making music because the stuff that I have to buy to make the music is super expensive. And then the copywriting is extremely expensive also. So I appreciate everyone who understands that within the channel. Much love to you all for that. Um, so this is really interesting though. So there's good. It kind of confirms what the initial read said is that there's going to be a lot of talk about changes and new beginnings and new starts. So for those of you who have this that resonate, that's really awesome. I'm glad that everybody's going to finally get what they've been working hard for. And I think that with these full moon energies, right, it's a good time for manifestations and trying to certainly get what you want. Let's get like a confirmation card. And then we're going to move to a different deck and see if we can kind of get the same confirmations across, because that's what I like to do with my collective readings is, you know, I confirm it through multiple different sources. Yeah, so nothing is yet set in stone, which would make sense, right? Maybe you got some fears that you need to continue to work through, um, which is where that hard work is paying off kind of resonates at. And I feel like this nothing is yet set in stone is because it's the timing isn't 100% right yet. But those cards predicted like that it will be right and it's coming very soon. Yeah, you see the conclusions are within reach. So I feel like there's maybe like some final healing that you need to do and some final things that you have to accomplish, some last steps, really. Was that all? I mean, I didn't say it was all. I'm still kind of reading, I guess. Be bold, make the first move. Maybe that's also something you might need to do. Maybe it's like a job offer, or like not really a job offer, but maybe it's like a job that you want to apply to. maybe a company that you want to work at. You know, you know your situation better than I do, right? I'm just like somebody reading cards here. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because A, you haven't applied to that job yet. Maybe you gotta like tweak your resume a bit more. Who knows, right? Or maybe you just gotta speak what you want to the universe, right? Because the thing is, I preach this a lot to people. The universe isn't gonna manifest stuff for you. You gotta open your mouth, right? And you gotta know what you want. You can't be like, well, listen, I maybe sort of possibly could use a new job, but I don't know what it is. And then the universe goes, well, okay, well, if you don't know what it is, how the hell am I supposed to manifest it for you, right? Or how the hell am I supposed to help you get it? So it's a matter of you need to figure out what you want. It's like that argument you have, with your significant other, or your partner, whatever you want to call them. Where do you want to eat? I don't know where you want to eat. And you're like, can you just pick something? Like, that argument, that notorious argument we all have sometimes. Uh, yeah, that's what I kind of feel like this is gonna, could end up being if you. I think that's probably why that time frame was kind of put there. Maybe you not only need a little more time to develop something before it happens, but you also need to know what you want prior to it happening, or else you're just gonna, you know, cause a whole bunch of chaos. All right, so let's switch decks here. Just another disclaimer. I'm not doing these anymore on here. Um, I'll be doing any further readings or anything like this, any lives or whatever on Twitch. So I know a lot of you don't have Twitch, which is why I had a bunch of people email me personally asking me to do this on YouTube. And like I said, this will be the last time that I do this. Everything I will be doing as far as card readings, hanging out, all that stuff will be done strictly on Twitch. The YouTube lives will only be for the music aspect of the channel. So if you guys want to follow me there, feel free. Alright, so we know that there's some work that still needs to be done for you to accomplish those things, right? So that's what these tarot cards are going to pull out. They're going to tell us where you're at in that aspect of the journey. And then we'll kind of narrow it down from there. So. Alright. I get some collective cards to show where we're at in the journey for each individual person, potentially, on and how they need to resolve it. So. There's not a single upright card. You got 3 sword suits in reverse. So this is not good. Or is it? That's the question. So we have the 2 of spheres in reverse. I really like the artwork on these cards. We have the 7 of swords in reverse. The 3 of swords in reverse. And the 5 of swords in reverse. So in this deck, basically the 2 of coins. This is basically what this card is. It's the 2 of coins, right? Welcome in, Anglo. Yeah, this is the very last and final live. I was kind of begged by multiple people to go live instead on here instead of Twitch, but I will be going live on Twitch from now on. So all of my tarot readings, all of my hangout sessions and stuff will be strictly on Twitch from now on. The only time this channel will be going live is to share music. So yeah, man, I feel like I could go to sleep, to be quite honest with you. Alright. So the 2 of spheres represents stagnation, right? It represents interference as well. So this means that maybe you're being too stagnant in a situation. Maybe allowing your own thoughts to maybe interfere with your next, the steps that you need to take going forward. This card right here, 7 of Swords, means theft and deception, you know? I don't really feel like this is theft, right? I feel like this is more of deception, maybe self-deception. I feel like maybe you're lying to yourself. Maybe you're not being completely honest about why, like maybe, so if you're stagnant and you're lying to yourself, maybe that's just you making excuses. Like maybe, I'll do it tomorrow, right? Like maybe kind of procrastination or whatever along those lines. The reason I'm stopping lives is because not a lot of people enjoy them. A lot of people don't really participate in the lives here, and I can't really do personal readings on here, because it doesn't give me an option to create a queue, or a list, like so Twitch, you can join a list or a queue, and then I can get to you, kind of thing. So it's just much easier over there. Um, let's see, where was that? Okay. Yeah, and so this card right here, the Three of Swords, represents self-pity, right? Basically, you feel bad for yourself, or um, there's a lot of anxiety in a situation, which kind of makes sense now, given the grander scheme of what I'm seeing here. And then the Five of Swords is despair and distrust. So I feel like you're setting yourself up, to be honest with you, for failure. And I feel like that's where that balance, practicality and spirituality, and the nothing will come from that situation if you cash all your chips in on one side, is because I feel like you're being too stagnant, you're lying to yourself, and yeah, you're doing this to yourself. I feel like you're just making too many excuses, you're procrastinating, and yeah, you just gotta get off your ass, right? And fix the problem. Because I feel like at the end of the day, I think that's why that be bold and make the first move card kind of came out. It's because maybe you're dragging your feet. That's what I feel like this is saying. Oh, that's cool that you found yourself somebody. Um, I mean, I could, but I would have to be at the end of all these readings. That's what going on from. That's cool. So we have then the King of Swords upright. I'm shocked we actually have an upright here, because normally we don't. So far it's been all reversed. So that means the final decision maker and the judge, right? So basically, this just kind of confirms everything I have said, as far as this goes. Like, you're the final decision maker, right? You're this King of Swords, right? You got to be the one to decide. Am I gonna stop dragging my feet, or yeah, like, or am I gonna allow this anxiety to control me, or this procrastination to prevent me from missing a wonderful opportunity that I could potentially grab a hold of and could be beneficial to me in my life, you know? And let me tell you, it's coming from one of the most well known procrastinators in my family, which is me. I can attest that you can miss out on amazing opportunities if you drag your ass. It's like you get a missed phone call, right, from a phone number that you don't recognize, and they leave you a voicemail. So they call you at 1 o'clock, and you know it's there, but you don't wait until Wednesday to check your damn voicemail. Then you find out that it was a job offering you 120, 100, $200,000 a year, just metaphorically, and then you call that person back. Oh well, we filled the position. You see what I'm saying? Like, procrastination will bite you in the ass if you're not careful. So I would invite you all to act with haste and not drag your feet, you know? Especially if it's something that you want. Nah, you're good, man. I just really shuffle that shit backwards. Man, I damn sure did it, didn't I? Of course I would. Why the? It would only be right that I would do that. Hey, the Tarot Crafty, how are you? Hope you've been well, and thank you for joining. Apparently, that's a cow. I don't really, well, I guess I kind of see it if you want to just, these are the eyes. Fertility, purity, divinity. The cow is among the most ancient of sacred animals. In Egypt, a cow sculpture with a golden sun between its horns is paraded around the nocturnal passion play depicting the death of the god Osiris. An annual event performed on the Egyptian All Souls Day. The cow figure itself represented Isis, the wife of Osiris, who was in search of the body of her dead husband. Isis, the foremost Egyptian goddess, was associated with abundance and fertility. Then we have the butterfly. Transformation, joy, lightness, and rebirth. So between the fertility and purity and divinity, and then the transformation, joy, lightness, and rebirth, I feel like maybe you're gonna come out of that stagnation, right? That it is a super close call. I feel like you're gonna come up out of that stagnation, you know, like that being stuck in this vicious cycle, right? You know, it's insanity to do the same thing over and over again, expecting this, you know, a different result, right? So we're gonna use the dark mirror. These will call out your shadow self, right? Tell you things that you need to fix and work on, and a little bit more. So we've seen how um, this will kind of narrow down maybe a little bit further. So I'd be curious to see if I don't fling these cards across the damn room. I'll be curious to see if this kind of touches on the traits that I pulled from the tarot section. So we'll see. Masquerade, Parasite, Gilded Regret. There we go. There we go. So the Masquerade card means that you the feeling of being too prideful, right? And then you get this Parasite card, which is usually like you're feeding off of people too much and kind of this is really rough. Okay, so hold on. So we got the Gilded Regret card, which means that you basically you harbor your regrets and you never let them go, right? Like, oh, I should have had that chance. I should. It's like it's almost like you enjoy having regrets because it gives you something to complain about, kind of vibes, you know. Um, and that's something that you got to stop with because that energy is making you very parasitic, right? It's becoming very draining to other people, you know. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, for sure. Follow me on there. When I go live over there, uh, it'll send you a notification and stuff. Get some rest, man. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to see you again. So yeah, which is funny because you're masquerading, right? It's like, oh, I'm not, toxic. I'm not a parasite, and when really, truly are, right? You're just like, and you don't realize that you're doing it. So you got to stop allowing your past, right, to be an excuse. Some people like that, right? And I've met people who I've watched them intentionally miss good opportunities, so that way they could have people feel bad for them and then complain that they missed it later. I've seen that happen so many, so many, so many times. Like, and I had to keep saying so many, so many, so many because I'm like, I've seen it till I'm blue in the face, right? Hey, Veronica, how are you? Thank you for sharing that out, Anglo. Totally appreciate it. I see there's that portal card again. We got the Green Man, the Shaman Spiral. Alright, She of the Woods. So let's see what we have here. So we already know what this card means. It came out earlier, right? Change to new beginnings. The things that the rest of these readings have been preaching on. We have this Green Man, right? The nature connection, source energy, which is representative of the universe. Awareness, practice, connection. I gotta let me do this because that stupid Streamlabs thing gets on my nerves. User timeout. There we go. And then we have She of the Woods, the connection, and home. So I feel like this is telling you, like, these new beginnings are definitely coming, right? But you got to be in a place to be able to receive them. You got to be in a place to be able to manifest them. You have to be in a place that where you're just basically energetically worthy of them, I guess. The Green Man represents that nature connection, the source, like source energy, the universe. Then you have the Shaman and the Spiral, awareness, practice, connection. So this is telling you that maybe you need to start meditating maybe a little bit more to try to get a hold of the darker aspects of yourself, right? To try to, get control of them. She of the Woods, peace, connection, and home. So this is telling you that, maybe if you're star seed, maybe if you're whatever, uh, you're gonna get that peaceful feeling. Maybe it's connecting to a guide. Maybe it's connecting to, if you have a passed on loved one, like a father or mother, maybe connecting to them, having that sense of home, right? We have the shape shifting we have the other world card, the White Stag. I'm not really seeing shape shifting so much as I'm seeing support and other world, so that kind of confirms that that would be like a passed on loved one for me. Um, Protection, balance, unity. This is that warning, right? Like if you don't do these things, that warning that so this is you if you don't do it, right? If you don't start trying to step out of that. Because at the bottom we have the gatekeeper. Power, abundance. I feel like abundance is coming, you just have to do these small things, right? Get yourself on that level to be accepting of what's going to be coming to you. It's like, they're trying to tell you, hey, you better open yourself up to receive all this stuff because if you don't, it's going to pass you by, you know? This just flipped out. Rest, stop. Recharge, rest, self care. I feel like maybe this is too my stopping point. It's like maybe it's telling me, hey, quit reading right now. Stop. That card literally says stop, so I'm gonna take it as a message that this is where my reading shall end for the collective at the moment. Hey, Reverie, how are you? I hope that you're doing well. I feel like there's something else I need to do. I don't know like what it is yet. Like maybe there's another reading I might need to do. Hmm. February. The threshold. Answers that you need are coming, but you gotta keep an open mind. You see how that door is there, how he's ready to open that door, but he's not what you would expect to be there, right? Like look at it's a creature, right? The oak guardian. Oak usually means strength, right? It's a protective power. So here's your threshold right here. You're crossing that threshold. whatever that threshold may be, whatever that hardship may be. But there's answers. You're getting the answers that you need, but you have to be open minded about it. Don't be so critical. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to think that maybe you know better than this or whatever. Be open minded with receiving these answers. Not my readings, of course. Whatever answers, but just stay open minded. Herbs, medicine, healing. So I'm not really feeling like herbs or whatever, not unless like you're into herbal healing, or like if that's something that you're into, like holistic stuff, then by all means take this as that if you wish. But I feel like this is like there's like a phase of healing that's coming. We have the Peace Walker, Peace Gentle Forward. So it's going to be an easy path moving forward for you. And you're going to have that otherworldly support, right? And I feel like this is stepping into like the other readings is like, yeah, here's your warning. Like, once again, this card just keeps showing up, trying to tell you, like, hey, wisdom, future, the truth. So this is a confirmation that this is going to be your future right here if you don't heed to that last reading. We have the Sid, ancient knowledge, help, dimensional. Once again, we got an ancient knowledge, help, otherworldly cards. Yeah, here you go, guides, fog on the tree, spirits. So this is telling you like good things are coming. You need to work with your guides a bit. Your guides will definitely help you and assist you in everything. There is a warning that you will fall into depression, the self-isolated procrastinator kind of state of mind, where you're like dragging your feet. If you drag your feet on this, you will miss your opportunities. You will miss the good things that are coming if you drag your feet. So I would recommend not doing that. I don't know how many times. I mean, I keep feeling like I'm having to repeat this over and over again, but usually that means that there's something to that. Um, yeah, here you go. The Weaver's fate, manifestation being a big keyword there in the middle, and decisions. Cosmos, creation, spiral. So that's usually representing the universe. And then transformation, knowledge, and magic. So this is telling you that you have the magic and the ability in this very moment to change how things are going. Your actions will determine the outcome, and that you need to make sure that you are ready to obtain these things that are coming your way. And apparently they're coming your way for the month of February, which would make sense considering the other readings was a collective reading on the full moon energy. So it's kind of like a now or never. Open your mouth. Well, ironically, yeah. Okay, never was yours. You just kind of read my mind on that one. So yeah, it's like a now or never kind of energy. You've the universe is like, look, I'm giving you this chance right now to fix these problems. But if you screw it up, it's on you, kind of thing. The energies are right, I feel, and yeah. Once again, we have this one card that always comes out. It's always a warning. Reckless, freedom, mischief. You feel like there might be freedom in you being a procrastinator. There might be freedom in you, just sitting around not doing nothing about what's coming, but that's actually not true. It's all an illusion, right? Here's your guidance. Manifest, manifest. That's good to hear. I'm glad that it is. You have the power and the courage and the strength to change this within yourself, these toxic behaviors, right? It's telling me, I guess, to stop right here. I mean, I'm seeing the same message across every single one of my cards. You know, all of my decks, no matter what deck that I'm using, it's the same message. It just keeps coming out over and over and over and over and over again, right? Um, that was a crappy shuffle, but whatever. I don't shuffle these as well as the original reader who I know of that uses these cards all the time. So, well, do we have anything else come out with that, or is it just, you know, oh, we have that. Anyone else? Anyone else want to join the party before we close the door for the day? Anyone else? Nope. Oh, hey! I knew somebody else was going. All right. I think that's a good party right there. So let's see what they have to say. All right. So the ones in reverse, always you need to focus on the hardest, right? But the first jumper in the group was Saint Germain. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy, karma releasing. In the middle, we have Serapis Bay. Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above darkness. The light is here. Mahavatar Babaji. Soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So this is like almost like a confirmation that there's going to be otherworldly aspects of this whole journey for you. These energies are right? You need to step into, maybe you're lean more into your spiritual side without losing your sense of that balance, right? Yeah, I don't have any of those. But yeah, so and I feel like this karma releasing, right, is that sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the books I have, they none of them actually have a meaning for it. Um, so this karma releasing, right? I feel like is that energy of stepping out of that procrastination, stepping out of that, you know, maybe some crappy karma that you've kind of been in for a while. And in the ascension and the soul expansion, I feel like maybe you're going to be stepping into a new version of yourself, maybe like a newer energy, right? One that's kind of like not bound down to maybe the ego, to pride, right? To the darker side of yourself. I feel like you're going to be stepping into like a newer version of you, which is going to be allowing you to manifest these things easier, right? Awaken to acceptance, divine love, give and receive, and balance. So see, there you go. That balance has been brought up again. We have Kathumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek, so trust what you know. Which I kind of feel like everything here today has been kind of saying, hey, um, you already know the answer, right? You already know that you need to step out of that. Deep connection. Trust your inner voice. I kind of feel like maybe for some of you that inner voice has been screaming, stop sabotaging yourself. Right. I mean, let's be honest. When we procrastinate, we know that we're doing it, right? We're just I can just listen. I have a gym membership. I haven't been to the gym in unfortunately a couple of weeks. I need to start going back, but and then every time I think about going, I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go right now. Like, and then I go, well, my life is too busy. That's the reason why I can't go. No, because I chose not to go, right? It's all a choice. Everything that you do is a choice. Whether or not you want to believe it or it's beyond is on you, right? We have Lord Ganesh. Obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing, which has basically been a theme for this entire read, right? And it's ironic because look what I have right here already on my desk. The little Ganesh himself, the remover of obstacles. That's not a confirmation. It's not if that's not a prediction that I knew that he was going to come out today. I don't know what is because I put him on this right here right before I went to go stream today. So if there's anything else, is there any more messages from Keepers of the Light? Another Hindu deity, Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So there you go. Like I said too, I felt like this is kind of like you gonna be stepping into like a 2.0 energy. I've kind of been getting 2.0 readings a lot recently from people, like not for me personally, but like me doing them for people. So I feel like maybe you entering into this energy is going to be beneficial for you, and it will allow you to be able to manifest things. Like I feel like you're going to be able to manifest in your sleep at this point. I don't see how she has this big ass nose ring though. Like I've got a hoop in mine, and I mean, I couldn't imagine getting that thing right there caught on anything. But then again, she's a goddess, right? And she's amazing. So I actually have a Kali pendant that's over here behind me that I usually wear sometimes. So I hope these readings resonate with all of you. But yeah, the odds though of me having this out already is intense. It's crazy. Like crazy energy. These readings have been so easy to do, right? Because I feel like all of these decks are screaming the same message, right? How's that for a pre-stream prediction, huh? I guess I am psychic somewhere. Or clairvoyant, or whatever. Same thing, I guess. Let me figure out where that is. There it is. Alright. So thanks for letting me read for all of you. Um, it was awesome, as always. I will be doing these types of things strictly on Twitch from now on. So if you don't have that, let me post it again. So click that link, give me a follow on Twitch. Make sure you have the notifications on for that, because when I do go live on Twitch, it will notify you and let you know that I'm live. And then there you can get personal reads from me as well. Um, and that's where I'm just going to be doing a lot of my hangouts and stuff. Is that just a shadow? Yeah, it's just the thing hitting my nose ring. But yeah. Also, let me do this. Check out the Spotify as well. I am on Spotify. All the music except a few songs here and there that I've probably missed is on Spotify. So you can listen to me as well, preferably not while you're riding in the car. Um, because, yeah, like initially I didn't think there would be a problem with that until I listened to my own song, Bear Shaman, while I was in the car on my lunch break, and the bass from that and the drums hitting really hard put me in a trance in my car on my lunch break. Luckily, I was parked, so yeah, do not listen to that while you're driving. Any of these, preferably. I would recommend that you listen to any of the Memersville content while you're at home, hanging out, with earbuds. I stress the headphone thing a lot because in my mastering process with my music, I master it to be stereo, right? And then I also add a lot of binaural stuff that your ears can't pick up on unless you have headphones on. So uh, that's why I always, if you see a music video, so when I upload the content to YouTube and you see the headphone icon, that's usually me telling you wear headphones when listening to that track. because you will miss out on a lot of cool things if you don't, and a lot of cool features if you don't use them. Um, oh yeah, so with my music being on Spotify, it'll be also on Pandora. It'll, if you prefer Pandora, it'll be on Amazon, iTunes, pretty much everywhere, right? It's on TikTok, so if you make TikTok content, TikTok videos, whatever, just search the music, and all of my music's there too. It's on Instagram, so if you like to add music to your Instagram post, you just type in Memer as well, and all my music's there as well. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be everywhere all at once. So um, enjoy it. There will be Spotify specific content coming soon, so there will be strictly content that I make just for Spotify alone. So keep in mind for that. There's a track that's strictly a Spotify track right now called Blue Avians that is coming out in the next couple of days. It's already been uploaded. It's already available on TikTok, Instagram, and all that stuff. It's just not available yet on Spotify because they take a while to post it. Um, but yeah, I really am glad a lot of you enjoy the content, enjoy what I do. I'm thankful for all of you hanging out, getting card reads, you know. Pretty cool that Ganesh came out, and I have my Ganesh statue on my right here. But yeah, gracias, Luis. Thank you for being here. But yeah, trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Oh, yeah. The biggest thing that I tried to post the other day, and I realized that it doesn't work the way I thought it would. Um, I wish it would. If there is somebody that you would love to see me collaborate with, uh, let me know in the comments below here, um, and let them know, right? Because I don't have connections to obviously a lot of people. Some of you might think I do, but you know, a lot of people haven't heard of me, and I've heard of a lot of in vice versa. Like I can go on Twitch, for example, in the tarot section of Twitch, and there's a lot of people who have heard of me, and then I can go into another stream, and there's a bunch of people who have no idea who I am, right? So, um, I'm trying to connect with some people and collaborate with other people, to try to bring more types of content to the channel. My people like for an example, people I would love to do a collaboration with. My dream collaborations would be, um, I would love to collaborate with people like Holistic Mystic Yasanya, right? The Reiki person, or Luninate, or somebody along that line, right? Or just somebody else. You know, like it doesn't really matter. I'm kind of open to a lot of different things at the moment, trying to broaden what I do. I do also have the podcast aspect of Memer as well, which I will be reviving soon to some extent. It's not going to be a priority of the channel, obviously, but I will record video excerpts and put it on YouTube, as well as putting the full content for that on Spotify, also under the Memer as well podcast link. If you haven't ever found that, let me post that as well, because that's a totally different YouTube. Terribly sorry. Totally different. Spotify. So here is the podcast aspects of Memer as well. Also, in this podcast link I just posted for Memer as well podcast, you will find the Freya meditation that so many of you love and adore. So it is on there. So, and the reason why it's on that is because of the time limit requirements, right? So I can't post an hour long song for some reason because I get a lot of fighting and anger back from this, you know, stores like Apple and stuff. So Trying to think. Anything else? I think that's about all I've got at the moment. So if there's people you would love to see me work with, let them know, and let me know about them, and see if I can, get together, right? Because a lot of people won't collaborate with somebody that they've never heard of, you know. So I gotta get my name out there a bit more. I will be trying to find someone who can assist me in the marketing aspects of the channel. To try to put me in other places like, TikTok and Instagram and stuff. I am on TikTok. I have posted a few of my stuff on there. I just don't understand it because I refuse to kind of want to deal with TikTok, but I know a lot of people enjoy it. So I'm trying to cross, like spread myself among all these other different platforms all at once. So um, just bear with me. If I'm not somewhere that you wish I was, just give me some time. Um, I might get there eventually. Anything else? Thinking out. No. Anybody got any questions before I sign off about anything? Because I can't. I will take a Q&A time for about. I'll give you 15 minutes for Q&A. If you got questions or whatever, let me know. No questions, comments, concerns, complaints. Man, you guys are quiet. All right. Raven Caldera NTS. I know who Raven is, actually. I have a few of their books. They actually have probably the most information about the goddess Air that I've heard about, actually. Metaverse. You talking about Brian with Metaverse? Yes, I actually subscribe to their channel, oddly enough. They have a few good tracks that I really enjoy. Um, so yeah, I do know about. Is it Brian? I want to say his name is Brian. Thank you for this subscribe, Heather Groove. I don't know if you're here or not, but thank you. But yeah, I know who they are. My music and their music are very similar in some ways, so I don't know how a collab would work, to some degree, but I mean, I'm not against it, right? But I try to the reason why I'm like trying to narrow down some things for this is because it's very difficult to collaborate with someone who makes a similar type of content as me because you won't really be able to tell where I am and where they are in a track, right? So it can kind of breed some confusion, but I'm not opposed to working with them though. On whatever projects, we just have to figure that out as we go along. Any herbs you recommend for psychic abilities? Oh man. So I used to know somebody who swore up and down that mugwort was good. I've never used it. I'm not an advocator for taking psychedelics, but I know some people who do mushrooms and DMT and stuff along those lines, and they usually come out of it with certain special gifts after that. Um, yeah, I mean, I know, well, copper, copper, and I don't remember what the other one is, but copper is supposed to be really good for your third eye as well. Um, because obviously your body, right, has electricity within it. Copper is highly conducive or conductive, so adding, a lot of us actually have a copper deficiency. So I would recommend like maybe going to your doctor, have some blood work done, see if it's okay for you to take copper supplements, and then you can get them from like GNC or something like that, or you can get it in food. Um, but I have some from GNC. Yeah, they probably for sure have a different approach. Like I listen to a lot of their stuff, right? And I really enjoy what they do. Like there's a lot of them who I do listen to. Like I listen to Metaverse. I'll listen to Calmwell, which is another one, but we do similar shamanic type of music, right? I listen to who else? I do like the Sounds of Isha thing, which is done by Sadhguru. Um, Dr. Dayan Guru, which is the guy who does like Hindu mantras or whatever. He's really good. Buddha's Lounge is another one. That's one of my favorites. Uh, yeah, I got a copper ring. See, so that's what I wear. Um, who else? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I used to listen to Meditative Mind, but I don't anymore. Um, I just kind of stopped vibing, you know. What is the other one? I don't know, like I literally just listened to them the other day, and I can't remember it. I don't remember. I don't remember the name of that place. That site. Gosh, what is it? That's not bothering me now. Oh well. Jason Stevenson. There we go. Jason Stevenson. I actually found out about them through, ironically, through Russell Brand. Oh, oddly enough, he recommended them in one of his YouTube videos, and I started listening to him. He does like a lot of I am subliminal hypnosis kind of meditations, right? The Inner Lotus is really good too. I will say them. Vastu is good. The Vastu has a binaural meditation I use if I have a migraine, and I mean, my migraine, like it goes like that instantly when I listen to it. But they use a lot of rife frequencies and something else as well. Inner Lotus is pretty good though. My boy Metawave, when he streamed on, I mean, I think he still streams on Twitch, but he streamed on Twitch as something else. I think it's like Acai Ultra Moon. Yeah, Acai Ultra Moon. Sorry, I had to check. Um, he does a lot of synthwave stuff on his channel. There used to be this Kundalini awakening thing that he did, and that was intense. It was a really good one. I appreciate so many other artists' music. It's not. I'm not one of those like, oh, this ain't mine. Their competition. I don't view it like that. I'm just kind of like, I enjoy it a lot. A lot of people have amazing talents, and everybody connects to different types of vibrations and different types of energies, right? So I just kind of like to bask in it all. Copper peptide. There is this I saw this the other day. There's this vitamin that it's like supposedly decalcifies your third eye for you, like super quick, like as soon as you take it, almost. And I don't remember what it was called. Put that down. All right. There's a ton of people like Reiki practitioners. I know somebody's mentioned like a list of ASMR people they would like to see me collaborate with for guided meditation stuff. Uh, you know, I've been tempted to do that. Um, I know that there's so the list of ASMR people that have been brought up by other users when I have told them just like, hey, message me on Discord or message me wherever. So there's like Yasanya, obviously. You've got Luninate, which she's too high up there for me to reach to even ask. Then you have gosh, what's the other one? Starseed Energetics, which I'm not sure about. Like, then you have now this is like legit the name of this person. What's it? Tiny Hands something. So somebody asked me to check them out about a collaboration, and then another place called Dreamscape or something like that. She does like role play ASMR kind of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I've got a list of like people's suggestions. Like somebody literally said Danheim, right? And I was just like, I don't know how that would work, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Sirens have been going off. You got like tornado weather over there? Never was yours? I thought everybody was going through like a winter storm at the moment. Let me see if I can find the name of that supplement. Let's see if I can find that link where I had it at. So, neem extract, which you can actually, the best place I found to get neem from is Isha Life, which is Sadhguru's store. Oregano oil. Melatonin. Raw cacao. Uh, I don't know, chlorophyll rich. Superfoods, concentrating analysis for this. I don't see how iodine does it. Boron blacks. I don't know. I have to see. I know Triphala. It's spelled. Uh, it's supposedly pretty good too. I have lion's mane. I know a friend of mine said that that's really good as well. I just haven't taken it at all. So, any more questions, comments, concerns, or anything? Also, I totally forgot to announce this. Let's see if I can find it. Where's that? Come on, man. I know it's in here. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Appreciate your work. Bye. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been I'm trying to see if I can find this. Hold on. There it is. All right, so I try to make a point to announce this just in case any of you guys are ever and gals are ever curious about doing this. For those of you who are into Starseed stuff, who are into ETs and all these different things, and heavily, obviously, you're here, so that means you're into meditation, right? Um, Last month there was one, now this month there is one. So today, if you're familiar with Dr. Stephen Greer and his CE5 processes, today is a global CE5 event, um, approximately at 9 to midnight your time, wherever you are in the world, right? Um, yeah, so basically, if you're not familiar with CE5, it allows you through meditation, if you have a group of people who are willing to do it. I do it by myself because unfortunately, I've never met a single person in my location with the same type of interests or mindsets that I'm in. So I don't really have a group per se. So basically, you go, you sit outside in nature, you meditate, and you send your astral body or your thoughts and your intentions, to these beings, and you offer them to come and communicate with you and to show themselves to you. With as long as your intentions are good, as long as you intend on doing so with love and all these things in your heart, right? So, and a lot of people see things and experience things. There's in the documentary, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, a guy was deaf and actually got healed or became healed by an ET or a UFO showing up. And it was a really cool story to hear and have a bunch of people kind of share their stories back and forth. So I participate in this a lot, um, even if it's by myself in my backyard. I also live on a ley line, so I do get a lot of UFO activity as it is, and I'm literally like, here's my house, here's a military base, right? So they're everywhere. So tonight, make sure that you, if you are interested, go out tonight between 9 and midnight. Well, from 9 to midnight, or however you want to do it, right? I usually go outside right when it gets dark, and I stay out there usually until it's become so cold that I can't tolerate it anymore. But go out there and spend some time, close your eyes, meditate beneath the stars. If you have a good view of the plan, right? And put those intentions out there, and open that communication up, right? Um, in a perfect world, for me, in my point of view, in a perfect world, we would all be able to accomplish this and have amazing experiences, right? And to open up doorways and open up an ability for us as normal people to not have to rely on the government to tell us if we can and can't communicate with these beings. No one has ever been harmed in a CE5 event. No one has ever had a bad experience in a CE5 event. Everybody has always experienced amazing things, healings, wonderful events, right? Whether the being actually shows up physically, shows up astrally, and it's been able to been captured over camera as well. I see UFOs in droves daily where I'm at, and I work on a military base, and I see them all the time there as well, and it's kind of talked about among everybody there, right? So there's no longer the stigma around it. Um, and now that we're getting disclosure clearly through the government, it's now able to be more openly talked about. So if you're into this kind of stuff, I highly recommend that you go out tonight. If you have a spouse, a best friend that maybe has the same ideals as you, like maybe one or two people, it doesn't have to be a lot of people, just as long as the intention is right. And yeah, and you do the process. There is an app. I have the app called CE5. You can download it through the App Store. I think I paid like maybe $9 for it, even that. It gives you the process. It gives you some meditation, some sounds that you can play, like what they call crop circle sounds or whatever it is. And yeah, I mean, if you all know as well, like in my Discord, I have a entire section dedicated to UFOs and everything. I'm a huge believer in it because I've had a lot of intense encounters with UFOs, and I see them nightly, on a nightly basis. So I've got video footage. I've got all sorts of stuff that's also seen in the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, let me go ahead and resolve that problem now. I will go ahead and drop the link. Let's do never expires. So if you're not in the Discord, go check that out. That's where I post a majority of my stuff. If I do have an ET, like a UFO encounter, it's usually posted there. Sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. But yeah, tonight I highly recommend that you guys go out and do that and have fun doing it. He's been really, so what's really interesting is he hasn't never done this before as far as putting out a global event. And I've actually one time a couple of years ago mentioned that I would love to do something like that. Like if we could get a lot of people all out at the same time with the same collective thought, trying to accomplish the same thing, it would be crazy what we could accomplish, right? As long as the intentions are right. So in a perfect world, I'd love to see us be able to coexist with ETs in a perfect world, right? So that's just me. And I'm sure a lot of people probably feel the same way. So some probably don't, some do. So it's 50-50. There's politics, I guess, in it. Wisconsin, I'm sure, has a ton of ET stuff, to be quite honest. I've been through there before. How about an accident? Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting day, right? I don't think that there was any coincidence about the reason why the Space Force logo looks like the Star Trek symbol, but that's just me. I think it's a bit interesting, if I'm being honest, but yeah, what do I know? But thank you all for hanging out. I totally appreciate it. Grab a couple of people and remember it's your global CE5 night tonight. So put some jackets on, find a clear view of the sky. Even if it's just you, right? Just go ahead and I'm confident like you can make that thing on your own as well. So enjoy your CE5 night tonight. Everybody just, I'd love to hear about your experiences if you have one. Or see some photos if you have some, right? That's awesome to hear. I mean, if you have some pictures or something, join the Discord. I would love to see those. Like that's really cool. I try to do like a level of CE5 in every meditation icon I do, right? So I like to always have that invitation open because I'm the type where if they show up in my room in the middle of the night, I'm actually not gonna freak out. I'm gonna welcome that, right? Um, and I'm always waiting and anticipating that moment. So yeah, I'm pretty sure up in your neck of the woods it's probably extremely cold. So if you go out, bundle up, take some hot hands, whatever they're called, you know. I work at one here in Alabama, Fort Rucker. So connect with me, guys, on the links that I've posted in chat. You know, Discord, all those little goodies. And I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go eat. My stomach is growling to death, and I gotta make sure that I'm ready to go for tonight. Hopefully, I see some good stuff. You know, fingers crossed, right? Sending up the manifestations, using that full moon energy to get those desires out there, right? But much love to you all. I appreciate all that you do, and remember, for hangouts and for readings, check out my Twitch, Reamers Will Podcast. Um, check out the Spotify. It's got all the music on it. Check out the YouTube, right? There's gonna be new content coming soon. And sending much love to all of you. I will definitely talk to all of you later. In one platform or another, right? So enjoy your night or the rest of your day. And if you get abducted, tell them to come see me too.